Mhm. So we got Funny's Mew, F9, Max. On the other team, something like that. No Ice Mage. No Ice Mage. Oh, hey Tyler. If you want, but otherwise you can just chill and chat. Doesn't make too big a difference to me. Do you have this account added? Because I have notifications turned off. Okay. Let's just double check. 2750. 2250. 1750. Okay. Uh, G. $2,000. Kratos Fury. $2,000. There's Mew. $2,500. Not in random. Rambo. $1,000. 2250. 500. And Alexi. 500. So, might have an issue. Um, unfortunate. I'll double check. So, slight hiccup here, as there was
Traveling to Nepal. Initiating match.
Okay, well, let's watch. Hey, Skew. And Bads Gamers. So on blue, we've got Midnight Direwolves. On red is Zens Garden. Not too sure what we'll see coming out of both teams. But both teams apparently seemingly opting for Ryan Zarya on the on Shrine here. With quite different teams otherwise. Kind of refreshing to not see some mirror comps. I've been watching a little bit of Owl lately, and a lot of mirror comps there. Oh, Funnier does switch to the ball right before rolls out. Max not playing the signature Sombra here. Big fire strike there by F9 Rano. Got quite a bit of Midnight Direwolves as well. The wall comes through and does block the tanks off, and James does fall, as does Sub-Zero. And so now Midnight Direwolves forced back off without their tanks, and they lose 2 more. The brig's still there. Gets walled off on the retreat, and F9 Rano and Happel take them out. Jambo pushing pretty far forward on the retreat here, keeping James back a little bit. Here comes Ball with the pile driver, knocks a couple off. Here comes the wall. James on the other side, gets called out again. Mochi falls to a fire strike here. Fire strike comes through, does find the Sombra, who gets the bubble, but and is able to translocate away, but still gets hit by the fire strike. As James is knocked off of the map. Lucio's being frozen, unable to do much. Walled off in spawn, Midnight Direwolves. They do switch over to a Bastion, try to get themselves out from the spawn camp. F9 Rano there, playing a cheeky corner. Comes in for the pin. Does catch somebody. And Mochi falls, but F9 Rano ends up dying as well. And James is going in. There's a wall behind him. Nano comes in onto Funnier, pops mine, just in the choke. Scooby does find Jambo, but then Max kills him. Here comes the Blizzard from Max. Catches 2. Bubble comes through onto James though, keeping him up. But Credit's Fury unable to get away, as they do fall. Now James being bullied by the mate and the Rhine. The Wrecking Ball comes in to help. He does end up falling. And the Bastion is slept over by Spawn. Funnier, just sitting above here. Mochi pops Coalescence to help with the engagement here. Here comes the High Noon. Finds James, who tried to use Shatter, but died in the middle of it. F9 Rano pops Shatter of his own. It's enough to kill IQ. And somebody, it was Credit's Fury was on point. The wall comes through, preventing the recontest.
Score 0-1. Ready for battle. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
So here we go on Village. Same comps coming out as Funnier does go into the team, gets hacked, and James kills him promptly. Alexi falls to IQ. Midnight Direwolves do have a couple of people purple, but they're pushing anyway as they are up 3. Jambo's on point. The hack comes through onto F9. He does end up falling to the Bastion. James goes for the charge, but the Baywall comes in just in time to prevent touching point. Jambo gets hacked on point and falls shortly thereafter, and point control goes to Midnight Direwolves first. And with the Bastion, they're going to have an easier time defending than attacking. Funnier goes above. They don't seem to know he's there. He's firing down onto Scooby. Swoops down. The nap time does catch the Sombra, but misses the Bastion, which would have been crucial. James does fall onto point, though. Gets resurrected by Mochi just as Scooby goes down. Now the Midnight Direwolves without their main source of damage. Apple ends up falling though, so that's a lot of heals negated or just gone. Shatter comes through, as does Blizzard. Zen's Garden picking up some kills. They're slowly capping point. Wall comes through for Max, who's able to secure the point. Scooby finds Jambo somewhere. Alexi gets hacked while trying to pressure down the Bastion. Falls to 1, but is able to get away. Oh, not quite, as Preda's Fury was there to finish them off. Funnier goes in, pops mines right on top of James. Wall comes through, so he's not going to be able to get the healing as he falls low. Charges in, finds one. Mochi falls to the mines, though. Sounds like F9 got nano boosted over in the corner. As Zen's Garden find another couple of kills, but Jambo does fall. IQ in a lot of trouble here. Zen's Garden seems to really be focusing them down. Mochi was able to land a decent purple onto the aggressive Zen's Garden, but not enough. Funnier just goes off the map somewhere. The hack comes through, as does the purple, finding 3. Here comes EMP, finds Apple and F9. Now the sound barrier. Midnight Direwolves committing to this fight. They all try to flip point, but Alexi's there, but does fall. Funnier's Mew comes in for a last second recontest, but was unable to make it work as Midnight Direwolves capped the point. Funnier's Mew gets hacked over in the side and then there's a lot of trouble. They do fall. Here comes the high noon from Jambo, who does find Scooby. Where is Jambo? Jambo's on the high ground behind. The wall comes through. Here comes their Shatter, finds 2. Blizzard comes through. Zen's Garden coming in, pressing triangle. Have no ults left, but at 84% and only one team fight. F9 Rano pushes triangle, doesn't catch anybody. But IQ Sub-Zero does fall right as Zen's Garden gets 99.
Play of the game.
Jambo Italiano with the play of the game.
It's time.
Double kill.
Back to lobby. Second map is Dorado. And so now we're just waiting for some swaps, as both teams, or one team has opted for swaps. So now we're just waiting for teams to let me know what all the swaps are. So we got Jambo moving up to tank with F9 Rano. Lexi moves up to damage. Funnier comes down there. Dark Sonic comes there. And Zeph Jerome in lieu of Matt. Right? Jambo F9. Alexi Zeph. Dark Sonic Funnier. And then SGX James and Sub-Zero Stay. Scooby, Goat, Ice Mage. As this was a swap, let's get their career profile onto the stream. They count as 2750. They do. Let's Jambo on tank. 2000. Zeph Jerome comes in. They count as 2250. Alexi J stops. I don't think I've ever seen Alexi play DPS. I've only ever seen her on the support role, but they got 2250, and that's correct. Dark Sonic. 2500 on support. Check, check. And Funny's Mew. And then we ask for readies. Oh yeah, perfect. That means I don't need to swap anything. Midnight Direwolves opting for defend. Cool. Both teams have readied up, so we go.
Traveling to Dorado.
Okay, well, I have notifications turned off and stuff, and so I guess I'll just catch you next time, Tyler.
Initiating
Hang out,
match.
talk and stream, boost my numbers. So I know last season Jambo played tank a fair amount on the Sigma. Excuse me. But F9 is known
Ready
for
for battle.
their Sigma, and so opting for a Rhine Devo, or at least showing that. Um, got Ryan Zario on the side of Midnight Direwolves with Scooby on Junkrat, Goat playing McCree, and then a Mercy Lucio for heals. And Mochi going straight to the Zens spawn door, says a friendly hello, and then backs off back to the safety of their team.
5, 4,
But Midnight Direwolves here is
3,
going to be at a
2,
disadvantage as
1.
Lucio
Attackers
Mercy
incoming.
doesn't put out nearly as much healing
Stop
as
the payload.
the Zen Moira will. Holding the high ground. Funny's move tries to go up, but does get flashbang falls down. Alexi is kind of poking at them with Sombra, but Jambo comes up, gets D-Max, and ruined Alexi's invisibility. As Scooby finds, I guess, the D-Max and the kill onto Jambo. Goat does fall, though. So the fight is even. Now, Midnight Direwolves without hope, but it gets resurrected. F9 comes out with a shatter, does find 2, and Scooby falls from it. Mochi falls shortly after. And so now it's just Goat there for Midnight Direwolves. James does charge in, but he's all alone and surrounded by the enemy over in the corner. Does fall.
Payload has reached the checkpoint.
Payload reaches the checkpoint. And poor Dark Sonic left to sit on it all alone. Alexi has the MP, goes invisible. Nicely grouped up, but the team isn't there to capitalize yet. Comes out of invisibility, translocates away. Gets in behind. Here comes the EMP. Finds 6. Zepterome pops High Noon, and Funny's Move does pop the sound barrier as well. And that's 3 falling, 4 falling for Midnight Direwolves. Make that 5, but Zepterome does also fall. And now it's just, it was Goat. Tyler, Zen's Garden won that one. Scooby comes above. Pops the tire. Does kill F9, but they are able to get the point first. Bomb comes through. Doesn't find anyone as Sub-Zero was able to bubble in time. Funny's Meme falls to Scooby, but gives his life as Zepterome picks him off. Jambo gets D-Maxed by James. The hack comes through onto James. Here comes the shatter. Finds 2. And Dark Sonic pops Cole. Here comes the Bob, contesting the point. And finds Funier's Mew. Continues to shoot at F9. F9 falls to the Goat's Bob. Here comes the Shatter and finds 2. Zepterome does get taken out with the charge, and Dark Sonic is super low, but nobody there on the side of Midnight Direwolves to capitalize. Dark Sonic gets healed up with the rest of the team as Jambo on the high ground falls to 1, unable to retreat back to the team in time, does get demet. And then Goat takes him out. Funier's Mew is challenging the Ashe on the high ground. Here comes Alexi. Went for the hack, was unable to get it off, but is able to get Scooby. Comes back and gets set on fire, translocates away. As the tanks slowly poke each other down on payload here. Dark Sonic falls to an edge. Here comes the EMP, this time finding 3. And then Zepterome, another with Zen's Garden, forgot about the payload. Zepterome does go down to contest it. Ice Mage was there, but Zepterome not fooled. Grab comes out, caught 2. And then Funier's Mew does also... Oh, Shatter comes through, finding 2. They're both half health. Sub-Zero does fall, then as does Goat. Ice Mage gets hacked, has Sound Barrier, but was unable to use it, and they end up falling.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
So Zen's Garden finishing Dorado with a healthy time bank of 308.
Ready for battle. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Midnight Direwolves showing an unorthodox tank comp here. As is Zen's Garden, really. And it looks like Zen's Garden opting not to hold the high ground.
5, 4, 3.
Damage output increased.
1.
The Winston being damage boosted here by Dark Sonic.
Stop the payload.
He drops. The bubble comes through onto James, which helps, but might not help enough. But the Bastion is in place, but not in time, as Zepterome does get the kill. F9 goes back onto the high ground and is able to just zap down. Ice Mage does fall, and Scooby finds Alexi on the Tracer. Here comes the Shatter, doesn't seem to catch anybody. Primal Monkey comes in and starts bullying the back of Midnight Direwolves here. But the Bastion not really giving him much to work with. He is able to get away on the right-hand side here. Alt advantage heavily favoring Zen's Garden. The Pulse Bomb comes through, but nobody falls for it. F9 is low in the back and does fall to the Reaper. We'll see if they make any swaps here with the Reaper in play.
The payload
They do.
has
They
reached
swap over
objective.
to the Sigma. Dark Sonic goes off the map somewhere. And this time, the Zed's Garden probably not having enough heals for a sustained fight against a Reaper and a Bastion. So Team Comp definitely favoring Midnight Direwolves here. But the Rock comes through onto the Bastion. Zeph Jerome falls for
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
Zen's Garden, as does Ed the Goat. But Ed the Goat gets resurrected, and then F9 Rano falls shortly thereafter.
Hello.
And Midnight Direwolves seeming to have the whole team on cart, getting that maximum speed. Goat goes up top, but gets booped off almost immediately. Here comes the grab, and catches two. Oh, and the amplification matrix comes out. Dark Song. Oh, it's sorry, my bad. Funnier's Mew on the high ground, all by themselves, unable to do anything as they just have to watch the payload roll through the checkpoint.
This is
Zeph Jerome switches to the Genji to better
Nothing's gonna stop.
counter the Bastion, sorry. Here comes the Tire. Does find Mochi. Teams are splitting. Oh, Shatter comes through, finds two, and Jambo falls. Alexi was behind the team, tried to do what they could, but ends up dying.
The payload
James charges in. Here comes the Sigma Gravitic Flux. Pounds him down, but the heals are there, but Mochi falls low. IQ drops. And so all of Zen's Garden is there and forces Midnight Direwolves to back out.
my will made real.
Where you at? Go. Let's watch some Widow play.
Get in here.
Here comes the Shatter. Finds two. As Zeph Jerome gets the kill onto Go. And Alexei finds Scooby. Midnight Direwolves, without their damage, forced to retreat once again. Lamp is used to try to keep the tanks up and allow them to escape, but Mochi wasn't in it. James is in trouble, trying to get out, being bullied by the entirety of Zen's Garden. The shield is low. Thankfully, Zen's Garden decided not to force the issue as Scooby gets back in position, knowing that that's a lot of damage output. And Goat does make the swap from Widow over to Echo. Amplification Matrix used to keep Scooby up. Oh, the window comes out just as they're moving. Unable to get... Scooby goes back, tries to use it to its maximum potential. Here comes Alexi's Tire, who... like a heat-seeking missile straight onto Scooby. F9 seemingly not able to get anybody with the Gravitic Flux in the small corridor. Shatter comes through, doesn't seem to catch anybody, but here comes the Blade and the Trap. Ice Mage falls.
Check this out.
Scooby finds Funnier's Mew. F9 does fall to a punch from Sigma. But Jambo also falls. Dark Sonic does use Coalescence, finding 2, as F9 Rano finishes off with another 2.
Greetings.
Ult advantage heavily favoring Midnight Direwolves here, as they'll have all 4 they'll have 4 ults coming into this fight here, both supports and their
60
DPS.
seconds remaining.
And the Echo ult is huge. Oh, big Fire Strike from James finding Dark Sonic. Majority of Zen's Garden healing now gone. But Goat taken out before being able to duplicate. Now James is gone. Amplification Matrix gets used.
Helden sterben nicht.
Jambo popped Shatter and found 2. And so now with only 30 seconds left, Ice Mage did
30
pop Valve
seconds remaining.
to help sustain some of that damage from all those ults. Mochi does make the swap over to Ana. And now the ult economy is completely flipped. But Goat still does have
Adaptive circuits engaged. Genji.
turns into Genji. Gets Blade. Shatter comes through from James. Was able to find Jambo. Here comes the Blade.
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
James gets resurrected. Oh, and now here comes Zephyr Rome's Blade. And he's hacking away at the Scooby, who was getting all the heals they could afford. But it wasn't enough. And then James falls down to a skill orb. And as the overtime counts down, that's going to be another win for Zen's Garden, making the score 2-0 for Zen's Garden.
Play of the game.
Zephyr Rome with play.
Double kill.
Why was I mentioned? Third map, Hanamura. What was that? That was Desperado. And now we wait for swaps. Chat, what do you think of the game so far? Are you enjoying the... Yeah, I heal. It's 2-0 Zen's Garden. Grab my phone here. Gotta find match chat. Okay, so we got some role swaps coming out. Looks like Jampa's coming out, so I can make that swap. F9 Rhino stays in. While we wait, we will check. Max is in fact 2750 on tank. He's kind of proven himself throughout the season to be a DPS player and Sombra specialist. So I didn't realize his tank SR would be so high. Okay. We got the R. We go.
Traveling to Hanamura. Initiating match.
Okay, so what are we thinking here for um, team comps?
Ready for battle.
No major swaps from the Dorado on the side of Midnight Direwolves. And
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Zens Garden showing some double shield with Bastion Symmetra, but always take with a grain of salt, as they are the attackers. They're in spawn and have chance to make swaps. Plug in my laptop. And by my laptop, I mean Julie's laptop.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
But it seems they're going for it.
Stay close to me. Teleporter online.
The teleporter comes up top.
Sensor deployed.
James and Scooby fall, and then down goes Zeph. So Midnight Direwolves are down. Oh, here comes the res. So it's a 6-on-4. Make that a 6-on-3. Mochi uses lamp, but that does fall. And it looks like that's... Oh, James is there, able to contest, but not for long. Scooby is there. And gets killed before being able to, what I assume, based on the trajectory, was a tactical reset anyway.
Objective B.
Midnight Direwolf set up left high ground. Oh, Apple falls as he went to go configuration turrets. Jerome finds James. Oh, big fire strike from F9 Rano through the amplification matrix, finding both supports. Applepox tank. IQ Sub-Zero gets shattered and falls to the... That was decisive from the side of Zen's Garden with a 5-minute, 13-second time bank.
2-2. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Nothing's gonna stop.
So on the defense, Zen's Garden pushing very far forward.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
IQ does step in the trap, but bubbles immediately and gets that early charge. Ice Mage falls first to Apple on the Genji. And Zen's Garden just pushing the issue. James was trying to retreat, but gets hooked away and killed, delaying their push even further. James charges out. Thankfully, somebody on the team took out that trap for him, but it isn't enough. He went right into the enemy team and gets taken out. Goat does switch to a Doomfist to try to make something happen, but will it be enough? Mochi pops out Battle Mercy because he's gotta try anything. James falls again. IQ falls shortly thereafter. IQ does get res, seemingly from within spawn. Scooby tries for a flank, but Zens isn't fooled by it. James is able to get out a choke, but here comes Max on the line. He does pick Mochi off. And James falls dangerously low. Does get the bubble, but not enough heals for that whole hog. The Shatter comes through for Max. I don't think it found anybody. James pops Shatter and does take out Max, but that's it. He was promptly rezzed by Dark Sonic. Max takes out Scooby, but IQ takes out Max. So now Zen's Garden without their main tank. Oh, and James falls. Neither team without their main tank. And with Max having died first, he'll get back into the fight arguably sooner. Riptire from Zephyr Rome does find Ice Mage. Scooby tries to kill... Oh, Sound Barrier is invested. Scooby gets hooked and deleted by Zephyr Rome.
Get into position. Огонь по готовности.
IQ pops graph does catch quite a few. There we go. Signs of life for Midnight Direwolves as they kill 5. It's just F9 Rano left, and they opt not to go after him and just let him
60
live.
seconds remaining.
Is he going to contest? It looks like he's going to try, but he gets flipped as he approaches, and then killed shortly thereafter. Happel tries. Oh, Happel tried to commit the
Lost.
Dragon Blade. There's the word.
Objective B.
But does swap after, so no loss of ult there, as they do swap anyway. Zephyr Rome looks to stall the... Goes straight for Scooby. And then Go falls to Funnier. Here comes the big charge from Max. Takes out James and himself, but Defender's advantage. Mochi falls, and then Ice Mage, unable to get out. James gets trapped charging through the door. Thankfully, not too many of Zen's Garden were there to focus down that shield. Still has quite a bit. Bastion starts... Oh, the whole hog takes out Scooby. James is forcing the issue. Does find Funnier with a charge. And is bullying F9 Rano. Both tanks are low. James gets healed up, charges in, but his team is falling. He starts the retreat, but now the whole of Zen's Garden is there. Gets that stagger. There's the team kill, Trump. Oh, James goes for the hammer down, but got booped up. And was unable to connect with anything with it. IQ is being bullied by Max here, and does end up falling. Mochi commits Coalescence just to get them out of spawn. Here comes the grab. But Funnier uses Pole. Or not Pole, Sound Barrier. Max pops Shatter. Doesn't seem to find anything. But James does fall. And IQ on their own. Going back towards their initial spawn. James swaps over to Ball. Oh, Ed the Goat was able to touch point, but Funnier's mute. Doesn't fall for it, and gets the pick. James tries for the back cap, but Happel is there. Commits Bob just to take care of the ball, but does it with a punch. Scooby on the Pharah is going to have a hard time with Bob in the room, and sure enough, Bob does finish them off. And F9 Rano over here popping whole hog.
Meteor strike.
Seemingly getting stunned out of it. Zen's Garden opting to just jump off the sidewall for that quick reset while Dark Sonic pops back to contest. They are able to get back in time. They respawn in time to join the fight before Midnight Direwolves could cap it. Scooby gets nanos, gets the bubble, ends up falling, but they're able to get both points. However, with the time gone, the best they can hope for on this map is a draw. And Zens Garden have 5 minutes and 13 seconds for a single tick of point A.
Initiating match.
Midnight Direwolves are going to have to do this defense perfectly to even get the draw.
Ready for battle.
And they're opting for double shield with a Bastion and a May.
This will stop them.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
So by no means is Midnight Direwolves rolling over and accepting the loss. They are going to try for this draw as much as they can here. Setting up bunker in the back corner.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers.
But I don't think Zens Garden is fooled by it because they've got 4 Bastion counters in Hog, Genji, Sombra, and Ana. The wall does come through and catches F9, or sorry, Max by themselves.
This will heal you.
So Max switches over to ball.
Allow me to repair the
Looks like Jerome's going for the hack, but they know they're there. Max trying to spin to win. Pile drives into the corner.
Get into position. This one will be very
Mochi gets a kill onto Happel. Funnier gets frozen just off point. Max comes in, gets the bubble. Mochi gets hacked. I imagine they were trying to hack the Bastion, but you get what you can. Dark Sonic throws in a nade, finds the Baptiste, but no one else. Ice Wall comes through and blocks F9 Rano from able to throw in bubbles, but it's gone. Oh, huge accretion onto Zep Jerome from Sub-Zero there. Max comes in again, couple more spin to win. Comes in, puts mines right on top of the Bastion. But Ice Mage with a quick immortality field. But now, Midnight Direwolves down 3. Down 4. It's just with the application matrix there. Oh, but here comes the Dragon Blade. Takes care of the 2 that were left in the corner. But nobody's on point.
Victory. Play of the game.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
And so for the 4th and final map, we go to my favorite map, Eichenwald. Ice Mage does leave for Midnight Direwolves. I'm gonna just put credits in now. Um, oh, it's just me. As we wait for swaps. And so we're just waiting for the lineup from Zen's Garden, as well as to know if IQ wants attack or defend. So Midnight Direwolves. Uh, okay, so Apple's moving up. Jambo's coming in. Zeph Jerome stays. Alexi comes in. And the supports don't stay the same. Right? Apple, Jambo, Zeph, Alexi, Sonic, and Max. So I don't think Apple has played tank yet, so we'll just double check. That is 2,500. I don't think Max has played support yet, so we'll double check that that is also 2,500. Excuse me. Final map, here we go.
Traveling to Eichenwald. Initiating match.
So, Midnight Direwolves are opting to attack first. Hopefully I don't get the teams too mixed up, as all games so far they've been sticking to their respective sides. But let's see what the defenders are opting for coming out of the gate here.
Ready for battle.
Ryan Zarya, Mercy, and Zens. Lexi is yet to pick. Picks the Axe.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
And on the side of Midnight Direwolves, some of what you would expect based on what they've been playing up to this point, with the exception of Credis on the Brigitte. Don't think we've seen that yet. I don't think we've seen Brigitte from either team so far.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
So Midnight Direwolves getting to the choke, but James Shields starting to show cracks. And now without their Mercy, it was forced to play passively here and just kind of wait. IQ tries to get a little bit more charge. Scooby was able to find Zep, but otherwise, that fight was all ZG. Scooby does get res off on the left-hand side here.
Hello.
Jambo goes for the charge, but misses. James falls dangerously low with the Discord Orb on him, but is able to get mostly healed up. But Alexi gets... Oh, James is on fire with the Discord and falls shortly thereafter. Max seems to be putting in some work on this Zenyatta.
Let's get you back out there.
Seems at nearly every kill in the kill feed, the Zen's been getting an assist, so quality focus fire there on Zen's guard and hit those with the Discord Orb. Apple does find Ed to go. Max uses Shatter, finds two. Jambo falls dangerously low, but it's James that falls. Oh, the big pin comes in. Does take Scooby out, but gives his life for it. Grab comes out from Apple at the spawn door, as Mochi and Goat both fall. James's Discord are trying to get back to the team. Is able to, thanks in large part to IQ Sub-Zero's bubble. tries to pin the Bob out of the way, but gets caught on a piece of Omnic. Unlucky. Mochi popping Valk to help the team get out of spawn. But it's just Scooby there. Who does fall to Happel. The res comes through. Here comes Configuration Tank from Scooby, and the charge comes through from James. But Max, quick with the double grabs over here. Happel does fall. James pressing W, but dangerously low. User Shatter. IQ Sub-Zero falls. James is able to get the health pack, but it's just a mini, and he's a big boy, and falls to an Alexi Jason Stuff's Dynamite.
This is my way.
James makes the swap over to Wrecking Ball. The Shatter comes through straight onto Scooby, but there's the heals. The Pulse Bomb comes through. Jabbo Italiano falls to Goat on the McCree. Oh, but Dark Sonic does get the res off as Jerome ends up falling. James spinning to win. Scooby doing what he can, but does get charged out of it by Jambo Italiano. It's just IQ Sub-Zero left, and there's no time. So a full hold there from Zen's Garden.
Score 0-0. Switching sides. Initiating match.
So what will Midnight Direwolves pick on their defense here?
Ready for battle. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
So they're going Ball Zarya with Bastion, Hanzo, Mercy, Zen. And it looks like Zen's Garden is bringing out Hog and Ball Torture. And I don't know if Zeph Jerome is planning on staying on the Widow, or is going for that launch shot that I've heard about. I've never fully seen.
Defend objective A.
But considering the fact that they didn't launch themselves up immediately, makes me think this is a pick that they're staying on. James in the middle of Zen's Guardian bullying them does get out just in time. Apple balls, and so now, oh, Scooby's just sitting there taking the abuse. Jambo Italiano going above. Drops down, hooks Scooby. Does get the kill, but falls dangerously low. Still had to take a breather. Uses that as Goat falls. And now Zeph Jerome has sight. So there is no hiding for the side of Midnight Direwolves. No supports now either as Mochi falls. Jambo went to pop Whole Hog. Does finish off IQ Sub-Zero before falling to the basket. But there goes James. Here comes some dragons. Goat is able to touch right before And that's the
Victory.
point. So a 4-0 for Zen's Garden.
Play of the game.
Thumbs